and go on the record. I'm Floyd B. McKissick Jr., a commissioner on the North Carolina Utilities Commission, and I will be presiding over this hearing. With me this evening are Chairman William M. Brawley and Commissioner Don Vandervaart. I now call for hearing dockets number E-2 sub 1383 and E-7 sub 1332, which is a joint application of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, hereinafter referred to as time as DEC, and Duke Energy Progress LLC, hereinafter referred to as times as DEP, to engage in a business combination, address regulatory conditions and code of conduct, and request accounting order. Pursuant to the State Ethics Act, I remind all members of the commission of their duty to avoid conflicts of interest and inquire if any commissioner has any known conflicts of interest with regard to the matter coming before the commission.
I do not.
Let the record reflect that no such conflicts have been identified. On August 14th, 2025, joint applicants filed an application pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 62-111 subsection S and Commission Rule R15, seeking the Commission's authorization to engage in a business combination of DEP and DEC, with DEC as the surviving entity. On September 10th, 2025, the Commission issued an order scheduling an expert witness hearing and establishing procedural and filing requirements. On September 24th, 2025, the joint applicants and the public staff filed a joint proposed public notice. On October 3rd, 2025, the joint applicants filed supplemental direct testimony of Rachel Elliott and Nelson Peeler. On October 8th, 2025, the Commission issued an order scheduling the public witness hearings and requiring notice. On October 10th, 2025, the Commission issued an errata order correcting the start time of one of the hearings. On October 14th, 2025, joint applicants filed a motion to reschedule the November public witness hearings to December 15th and 16th, 2025. On October 16th, 2025, the Commission issued an order rescheduling the hearings and requiring public notice. On December 4th, 2025, the joint applicants filed their affidavits and certification of publication. The following parties have petitioned to and been allowed to intervene in this proceeding. Those parties being the North Carolina Attorney General's Office, Carolina Clean Energy Business Association, Carolina Industrial Group for Fair Utility Rates 2 and 3, Carolina Utility Customers Association, Inc., Google, North Carolina Sustainable Energy Association, Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, Walmart, and the Carolinas Transmission Customers Group. This brings us to the public witness hearing tonight. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to hear from DEC and DEP customers regarding their concerns with the pending application. We appreciate you being here virtually to voice your views on this matter. We welcome your testimony and want to hear from you. In order to facilitate this remote hearing, we will use the following procedures. Number one, in conducting this hearing, the Commission functions in a judicial capacity. We will follow, for the most part, the North Carolina Rules of Civil Procedure and Rules of Evidence. Because the Commission is functioning as a court, I cannot respond to your questions. Rather, we are here to receive evidence from you all in the form of your testimony. In addition, for these reasons, If you choose to testify tonight, you'll be asked to affirm the truthfulness of your testimony. Number two, public witnesses will appear by audio connection only. Commissioners and attorneys will appear by video and audio connection. Any public witnesses that wish to view a live video of the proceeding may access it on a computer via YouTube, which is linked from the Commission's homepage. Public witnesses will be called to testify in the order in which witnesses have called in tonight. When it is your turn to speak, the WebEx administrator will send you a request to unmute. You will hear the message. You are being asked to unmute yourself. To unmute, press *6 on your keypad. It's important that you listen for this message. Once you unmute yourself, please state your name to signify that you are unmuted. At that time, I will ask you to provide an affirmation as to the truthfulness of your testimony. Once you have provided the affirmation, the attorney for the public staff will ask you a series of questions, and then you will be allowed to testify. To ensure that all witnesses have an opportunity to participate tonight, witnesses will be limited to 3 minutes to testify. Number 4, counsel for any party may ask questions of the witnesses. In addition, I and other commissioners will have the opportunity to ask questions. This means that if you provide testimony, you may be asked questions by the attorneys or by the commissioners. However, as a reminder, the commission and attorneys for the parties are not allowed to respond to your questions during this hearing. Okay, with that being stated, I will now see if there are any preliminary matters, but before doing so, I'd like to recognize the attorney for the applicants to provide an opening statement and to identify yourself, followed by the attorney for the public staff to identify yourself and make any appropriate opening statements before we have Mr. McCoy unmute the witness.
Thank you, Presiding Commissioner McKissick. Good evening to the commissioners. My name is Jack Chirac, and I'm appearing on behalf of Duke Energy Progress and Duke Energy Carolinas in this proceeding this evening. And once again, we'd like to thank the customers who have taken the time to participate in this hearing and share their perspective. Very, very briefly, as we've previously explained to the commission, we are supporting this combination as a means to provide more efficient, more reliable, and lower cost service for customers. It's not fundamentally a financial transaction, it's an operational transaction. And through this combination, we'll be able to provide service more efficiently for our customers. And those efficiencies are projected to provide substantial savings over the long term that will far exceed the costs to achieve the combination. And as those savings are achieved in the future, they will go directly to customers, resulting in lower rates over time in the future. So we are supportive of this combination for those reasons and look forward to hearing from the perspectives of our customers this evening, as well as the perspectives of public staff and our other intervening parties in the proceeding as this moves forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chirac. Mr. Creech, would you like to make a statement on behalf of public staff?
Yes, thank you, Presiding Commissioner, Chair, and Commissioner Vandervaart. William Creech, Z. Creech, with the public staff attorney on behalf of the using and consuming public. Welcome to our ratepayers online. The public staff's an independent state agency that represents the using and consuming public in matters before the North Carolina Utilities Commission. The public staff has been reviewing Duke's application. It's the joint application of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC to engage in a business combination, address regulatory conditions and code of conduct, and request accounting order. And that's the subject of this evening's public hearing. As part of the proposed business combination, Duke Energy Progress would merge with and into Duke Energy Carolinas, with Duke Energy Carolinas being the surviving entity. Now, the public staff has a team of engineers, accountants, economists, and attorneys analyzing Duke's application, and we're scheduled to file our testimony and exhibits setting out the public staff's position in this proceeding this Friday, December 19th. The public staff's testimony will be available for your review on the Commission's website, that's ncuc.gov, along with other documents relating to the case. And again, the purpose of the hearing this evening is to hear from you, the customers. Each of you indicated that you would like to make a statement, and you'll be called upon. Just speak clearly, please. Subject matter experts with the public staff will be viewing this public hearing online. If you have any questions, though, about Duke's application or other questions, please email me. It's zeke.creech, CREECH, at psncuc.gov, and we'll be pleased to respond to you. Thank you again for being here this evening.
Thank you both. Before we begin and call the first witness, I will provide the prerogative to Chair Brawley to make any comments you'd like to make at this time. You would need to unmute yourself. None of this. Chair Brawley has waived the opportunity to provide any comments at this time. So we will go ahead and call the first witness. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. McKissick, yeah, I actually have found the hack. If I hold the space bar, it will allow me to do it. If I hit the unmute, it will not function.
Got it.
Thank you for chairing this evening, and I look forward to hearing what we have. I appreciate the people that are showing up, and I'm hopeful that in the future we'll make this platform work a little better than it's working tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair Brawley. We're going to go ahead and begin the public hearing at this time. John, could you unmute the first witness?
Hello, my name is Gary Smith.
Okay, 1 second, Mr. Smith. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Creech.
Mr. Smith, if you can, please state and spell your name for the record.
Will do. My name is Gary. It's actually Dr. Gary Keith Smith. That's Smith. And I live at 2712 Lockmore Drive in Raleigh. Does that work?
And who is your energy provider?
Duke Progress.
Okay, thank you. If you have a statement for the commission, please provide it.
I do. First of all, thank you for hearing my testimony. And I am speaking as both a residential customer, as we said, of Duke Progress, but also as the chair of the North Carolina Council of Churches Eco-Justice Energy Working Group. And that latter organization advises House of Worship across our state on decreasing energy consumption and on considering moving to the use of renewable energy. So climate change is impacting how we live here in North Carolina and in the world. Summers here have become hotter, ocean levels continue to rise, and storms have become more severe. All of these are making life more difficult for many North Carolinians. As such, we must all do what we can to decrease climate change and decrease its impact on our families and neighbors. And so at this moment in time, when Duke Energy is merging its sister companies, I urge the merged company to increase corporate responsibility to its neighbors, customers, and to the earth in the following 3 ways. First, in this time of climate crisis, and the need for us all to reduce our carbon footprints as rapidly as possible, I urge the merged Duke Energy to make it corporate policy to continue to adhere to House Bill 951 from the 2021-2022 season, and adhere to that admonition to, quote, take all reasonable steps to achieve a 70% reduction in emissions of carbon dioxide emitted from the 2005 levels by the year 2030. Secondly, both residential and nonprofit customers wish to aid Duke in attaining this goal by installing rooftop solar. As such, I urge the merged Duke Energy to make it corporate policy to encourage rooftop solar by returning to the historic solar net metering policy that existed prior to 2023 that made rooftop solar financially viable for both residential and nonprofit customers. Thirdly, not all Duke Energy customers own or live in buildings with adequate sun for rooftop solar. In our state, House Bill 589 from 2017 allowed for what was called community solar, and thereby enabling more people to produce and obtain solar energy for their homes and businesses. Unfortunately, the rules established to execute HB 589 made community solar not financially possible. And as a result, as far as I know, no community solar projects have been developed. As such, I urge the merged Duke Energy to make it corporate policy to change HB 589 rules pertaining to community solar and to make community solar financially viable and encourage solar for all. Thank you. And if you wish to follow up, you can reach me at 919-961-8925 by phone or by email at smithgk1000@gmail.com. And thank you very much for the work you do and for your time. That's all.
Okay, 1 second, please, sir. Let me see if there are any questions that anyone would like to ask. We'll first look to the applicant. Any questions, Mr. Kurak?
No questions. Thank you.
Mr. Greek, or any questions?
No questions. Thank you, Doug.
Any questions from Chair Brawley or Commissioner Vandervaart?
Commissioner McKissick, I was wondering what kind of doctor Dr. Smith is.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
You said that you're Dr. Smith. I was wondering what kind of doctor.
Right. Thank you. I have a PhD in chemistry.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
good. Thank you very much, sir. John, could you call the next witness, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. If you could state your name, and then I'd like to have you affirm your testimony. So state your name clearly. In fact, if you could spell it, that would be ideal.
Yes, sir. It's Rachel Cohen, Rachel Cohen.
Bohen. Ms.
Yes, sir.
Bowen, do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr.
Thank
Creek?
you.
And just for clarification, is it Bowen or Cohen? C or B?
Cohen, C as in
Okay.
carrot.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you so much. Can you please provide your address for the record?
Yes, it is 1110 Piney Lodge Lane, Asheville, North Carolina, 28805.
And your energy provider, please.
Duke Energy Progress.
All right, thank you. If you have a statement, please provide it.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to comment on the proposed merger. First, I would like to speak briefly on the cost to ratepayers. As presented, one of the main benefits of the proposed merger is future cost saving for ratepayers. Yet both companies involved are currently proposing rate increases. This comes after a year during which Duke Energy made record profits. Raising rates for customers now on the cusp of a deal that should lower Duke's costs and increase profits for shareholders doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and I think it's a bad deal for ratepayers. So I would urge the Commission to delay any ratepayer increases until after the merger and the dust settles and we can see what the costs really are. And second, I would like to comment on the urgency of resilient renewable energy infrastructure. As you saw by my address, I live in Western North Carolina, which, as we know, was devastated by Helene just over a year ago. We know that climate change caused by burning fossil fuels made the storm more intense and destructive. We also experienced the consequences of having a grid that was not resilient and that did not have battery backup. I believe that making our grid more renewable and resilient in the face of climate disasters should be a high priority. Duke has stated that a benefit of the merger is faster siting of solar projects. However, in parallel, Duke has also walked back its commitments to build out renewable energy capacity in its most recent carbon plan. I ask that the Commission press Duke to take full advantage of the siting process for new solar generation and storage projects as quickly as possible. This would enable us to phase out coal plants faster, generate more clean energy, and increase grid resilience. Thank you for the opportunity to give comment.
Thank you, Ms. Cohen. Hold 1 second. Let us see if there are any questions. Mr. Jurak,
No questions. Thank you.
Mr. Greek,
No questions. Thank you, Ms. Cohen.
Chair Brawley,
No, thank you.
Commissioner Vandervaart. Ms. Cohen, thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Sean, could you call the next witness, please?
Commissioner, I have one more. He's having difficulty. Can you give me just 1 minute and I think I can get him in?
Okay, take your time.
John, if they continue to have an issue, I'm pleased to call them if needed.
Who said they're trying right now?
Perfect. Otherwise, I'm pleased to call them and have them on speaker here. Okay, with your permission, presiding commissioner, I could try to call him, the
Sure,
individual.
that's not a problem at all. Yeah, I mean, whatever we can do to facilitate the person providing their testimony during this hearing would be appropriate. If
Thank
you
you.
can do so, that would be
Verizon
appreciated.
Web.
Thank you. The number that I have, the individual did not. It was not going to work. So thank you
Was an
for.
operative. Okay.
It was both not operative and then apparently the wrong number. And so, thank you.
Okay. John, are you seeing any other? First, is there any way to get this potential witness access at this time? And if not, are there any other witnesses that are in the queue? I take it that John's probably working to get the person in.
He is. He is. I can try one more time.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I know we don't. Time is of the essence here.
Commissioner Vandervaart, is your schedule okay? All right, very good. Should say Dr. Vandervaart.
I'll answer to anything.
I know the feeling.
I got voicemail the first time, so and it's not. It's
Not connecting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. John, are you with us or can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It looks like we're not going to be able to get this witness in the queue. Is there anybody else in the wait room?
That is it.
Okay. Since there are no other witnesses, I will first ask if there's any other business. And if there is none, we will adjourn this hearing. Any other business that we need to attend to? If not, let me thank you all for being here this evening. Thank you, Kaylee, as our court reporter. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Our hearing is now hereby adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.